Arizona State's president, Michael Crow, declares that the school is committed to the Pac-12. Welcome to episode 167 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we truly love everything in college football. And if you do as well, subscribe to our channel. Smash that like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to the statements of the president of Arizona State from the state press. Arizona president talks Pac-12 media rights, conference realignment. University President Michael Crow told the state press media rights negotiations are in the final stages and that the school is committed to the Pac-12. Pac-12 media rights negotiations. For the past 9 months, the Pac-12 has been engaged in negotiations regarding a new media rights agreement for Pac-12 sports. Arizona State makes a significant amount of money on its sports by being a part of a conference that sells packaged media rights to media companies like ESPN and Fox. The money is generally distributed evenly to the conference schools. Last summer, USC and UCLA agreed to leave the Pac-12 for the Big Ten, which was a financial blow to the Pac-12 because the schools were the two of the more lucrative ones in the conference. Here we go. Quote, "We're close to knowing where we're going to be, and I think we're close to a deal," Crow said. We're close to knowing where we're going to be. I don't think Mike Crow is talking about what conference they're going to be when he says that. I think what he's saying is where we're going to be. Where is our sport content going to be? Is it going to be on ESPN Amazon? Is it going to be on ESPN Amazon Apple TV? Is it going to be on ESPN Apple TV? We're close to knowing where we're going to be, where their content's going to be. I think we're close to a deal, Crow said. I think the Pac-12 media rights became more complicated with the departure of USC and UCLA. The media rights became more complicated also, as things always do, because markets go like this. They're up and down, up and down. But we have a fabulous sports teams, and the remaining teams, we're going to get a good offer. We're in the final stages of that process. And I think that's the money shot of the article. We're in the final stages of that process. So I think they're ready to get finally their comprehensive deal put out in front of them. Now, also in this paragraph, the media markets became more complicated also, as things always do, because the markets go like this. They're up and down, and the markets are down. The media markets, we said months ago on October 30th, when the Big 12 was able to strike their deal with Fox Sports and ESPN, that was going to be a great advantage to the Pac-12. And now one of the variables going against the Pac-12 is, one, they weren't going to get the visibility as the other four conferences, and number two, the markets are contraction. We're in a media market recession right now. We were going into that all the way back into November and December of last year. That's why I think the Pac-12 struck too late to get the maximum value they could have gotten. But anyways, so that's an important part that Michael Crow is talking about here. Markets are up and down, and unfortunately, they're down right now at the very time when the Pac-12 is trying to strike a deal. Back to the article. Discussions about Arizona State moving to the Big 12. CBS Sports reported last week that the Big 12 renewed contact with Arizona State, Arizona, Colorado, and Utah, and that the four schools' interest in leaving for the Big 12 has picked up in recent weeks. This is Crow saying this now. The next part, there have been no discussions with the Big 12 Conference on moving, Crow said. I mean, there's been discussions between everyone, everywhere, on all things related to where our conference is going, where stuff's going to end up, and what's happening. We are committed to the Pac-12. Again, Michael Crow is saying, we are committed to the Pac-12, his school. Put down your thoughts and your comments in the comment section below the video. in regards to Arizona State and the whole saga that's going on here in the Pac-12 media negotiations. Now, if you've been following us here, Peek Around the Corner, for many, many, many months, if you're part of the PATC community, Peek Around the Corner, we've been saying this. Arizona State is not the school that's going to move first. Arizona State Money Perch, our source who's been nailing this story from the very beginning, has told us, expressed frustration, also told us we're not moving. It would have to be Arizona that moved first for us to go. And of course, we've heard Mac Olson on the Audible and other reports stating the true two targets of Big 12 poaching, possible poaching, is Arizona and Colorado. Colorado being the wild card, but Arizona being somewhat receptive, being somewhat nervous about the future of the Pac-12. So the money shot of this article is not Arizona State's Michael Crow declaring that his school is committed to the Pac-12. First of all, they're all going to say that until this deal gets done. But we really think Arizona State will not move unless Arizona moves first. Michael Crow has been the president of Arizona State for many, many, many years. He was a leading supporter of Larry Scott, the previous Pac-12 failed commissioner. There was many times where the Pac-12 could have expanded, thought about expanding, exploring expanding, with many of those Big 12 schools that are trying to poach some of the Pac-12 schools right now. So it's very difficult for Michael Crow, the long-tenured president of all the presidents in the Pac-12, to say no to expanding out in the Central Time Zone with potential candidates that are in the Big 12, and then suddenly flip the script and say, you know what? Hey, Big 12, will you take us? So Arizona State really has never been the true target of Big 12. They always, if they were going to get Arizona State, they're always going to have to get Arizona first. Described to us in detail by our Arizona State Money Perch source here at Peek Around the Corner. So that's not the money shot. The money shot is Arizona State Michael Crow says we are in the final stages of getting a deal done. We finally know where we're going to be. And that's not in regards to conference. That is in regards to we're finally going to know where we're going to be, where our content is going to end up. How many games are we going to be with ESPN? How much of our content is going to be on the streaming platforms, be it one or two of them? And where is our Pac-12 tier 3 content going to end up? Our Olympic sports, our non-revenue sports. And how much money are we projected to make where that thing goes, right? Where that bundled content goes. Where's it going to end up? What's our projections? How is it going to be distributed? It's going to be fascinating to pop the hood and look into this deal when it happens. Again, Crow, the president, Arizona State, we are in the final stages. They should get this comprehensive deal no later than early next week. And we're all going to get a look at it. And it's going to be a fascinating story. Stick with us here at Peek Around the Corner. Hang with us until next time. From all of us at Peek Around the Corner to all of you, please, you all take good care of each other. Thank you so very much.